I've been pretty occupied with Nightingale's massive new update as there is so much to do. I've spent dozens of hours exploring the brand new campaign, with new epic boss fights, new weapons and armor to craft, while after that a whole lot more time went into the Untamed Realms, which are much more challenging endgame worlds filled with treasures and danger. There is a whole lot to explore, and today I'd like to share 15 things I wish I knew sooner, essential tips and tricks to master the art of realm walking and be ready for your epic adventures. Before we get started, I would like to say a big thanks to Inflection Games, the studio behind Nightingale, for making today's video possible. There hasn't been a better moment to pick up the game and start realm walking, by the way, as to celebrate the new update, you can now grab the game on Steam with a sweet 40% discount. We even get a creative mode and more biomes in the future, while in my opinion the game already feels like a brand new one. Be sure to check it out on Steam with my link in the description down below. And as usual, questions and video suggestions are all very welcome in the comments. Before you go out on an epic adventure, you first want to make sure that your character is 100% ready for battle. This is something pretty easy to achieve. First off, a bed comes with a comfort bonus. With a pretty small bed, our comfort level is only 4, which gives us a bonus of 60 health regeneration per minute and 9 stamina per second. However, if we slap down a nice comfy double bed with a comfort level of 6, we get a whopping 120 health per minute regeneration and 12 stamina per second, which makes your stamina regen feel like it's on steroids, amazing for both combat and travel. On top of that, it's also important you fill your tummy with some nice snacks. Especially on higher levels, you gain access to some exclusive meals, which are gonna improve your stats drastically. Which can always be accessed with the radio menu if you press and hold for your consumables. This menu can be customized in the consumables menu if you drag and drop something in there. Meat is always going to provide you with a nice amount of maximum HP, while with fruits and veggies you usually get more stamina bonuses. The Enchanter's Focus is probably one of the most interesting workbenches you can unlock pretty early game already, as this is where you can craft charms, but also enchantments and infusions to power up your gear. Especially for the early game, the Charm of the Wind. This charm, when applied to your umbrella, will increase your gliding speed, which makes it an efficient and reliable method to travel from A to B. Even more interesting, if you combine the gliding with a well-timed dash, you can close bigger gaps without a problem, which is something I use all the time to make traveling even more enjoyable. During your adventures, you will most likely get overburdened from time to time, reach your carry capacity, let's say, which will weigh you down and even prevent you from jumping. This is a problem you can solve with a better backpack to drastically increase the weight. As you can see right here, this one comes with almost 300 bonus. This is something pretty easy to achieve, not only after you've picked up a newer bag in the progressions menu. For example, with tier 2, we gain access to the Trapper's pack, and after that the NTTC pack. This one already comes with a maximum weight of 100, the Explorer pack with 250. Make sure to also visit the Enchanter's Focus after. Type in weight, as this is where you can also make some infusions that increase your weight limit. The tier 3 variant comes with a plus 15 to maximum weight. And on top of that, you can even further upgrade these items to massively boost their stats. I already made an ultimate crafting and enchantment guide in which I explain everything you want to know about it, which you can find in the top right of the screen. Realm walking is probably one of the most interesting features of Nightingale, especially because it allows us to visit all sorts of planets or realms in which you will also find unique resources. It's very important you also focus on the difficulty of said realms, as the more challenging they become, also the better the loot. Let's go and check out two similar forest realms. The first one being the Sylvan's Cradle, level 20 difficulty, where we can hunt for these red deer. The reward for this little hunting trip are tier 2 bones, hides and meat. The exact same deer though can also be hunted in a ascended Antiquarian forest of level 100, which will also give you much better stats when harvested. So this right here are the tier 2 bones we picked up earlier, comes with a maximum stamina of 10, while the tier 4 bones we just got our hands on are twice as potent. Same counts for the pelts, twice the stamina, while the meat is also going to be much more delicious. And for the crafting, this is even more important. Let's take these simple boots as an example. These are the standard stats it comes with, while depending on the resources we use for this craft, it's gonna come with different bonuses. If you use the tier 2 prey straps and also some crude plant fiber, which you can pick up basically everywhere, these are the stats we will get. However, if we use the tier 4 straps combined with hold bloom plant fiber, well, we get much better boots. These are the standard ones with maximum HP and stamina plus 10. This one right here plus 50, 20 and 40. Some nice regeneration, stealth rating and magical powers. During your adventures, you can pick up some amazing artifacts, the Synchronous Lotus. These can be used for both quick travel and teleportations from one realm to the next. In a progression menu on tier 2, this is where you can pick up the Lodestar and shortly after that also the Crude Portal. These are portals you can craft yourself, so you don't have to search for a bigger one inside your world anymore. These are, by the way, the icons you want to focus on, but I currently have 3 crude portals set up right next to my base, which all give me access to different realms. I can always reopen these or reset them depending on my needs. The one in the middle leads me to an insane tier essence farm, which I shared at the top right of the screen, but we also have Lodestars, which allow you to quick travel to a different location in the same realm. If I open up the map for a second, you can see that I currently have a Lodestar right there, but another one a little bit further up the hill. So that right there is our base. Now we can just instantly quick travel to it, while it also gives us access to previous mission zones. For example, the Ancient Plint Arrival. This is the starter or spawn area from this world. We can go to the Somber Heart of the realm, which brings us to a temple where we had to deal with some bosses, or maybe the Glorious Heart of the realm. Also an interesting dungeon with a boss fight. Simply put, the more active portals and Lodestars, the easier realm walking and quick travel will be. Something pretty easily missed but amazing to make your crafting life so much easier is crafting from storage. For example, if we craft these climbing picks, we can only see these Lacanus ingots. Can be pretty frustrating. So what you want to do is first interact with your chest, go to the secondary tab right here, because this will bring you to the permissions menu where you can allow other survivors or crafting from storage and even building. I definitely don't recommend you to go for the building because then standard blueprints like containers might use precious logs. But right now, if we click on the ingots right here, check it out. We gain access to pretty much everything we have inside that chest. When you plan to go on a treasure hunt and check out the magical Fey vaults, what you want to do is keep your eyes and ears open at all times, because you might hear a high-pitched singing sound in the distance, which usually leads you to a magical favor. Spotted some cracks in the wall? Take out your pickaxe, break it to pick up the favor. Sometimes you can even find a synchronous chest right there, which means you will have some free synchronous lotus, as well as those sweet glamour tokens. And if you are a little bit patient, another one will spawn in, which means you can pick him up as much as you like to get different bonuses, both to dealing damage and defying gravity like crazy. For the next couple tips, we're gonna open up a Ascended Herbarium Forest, a higher level realm filled with dangers and mysteries. So we just arrived in this beautiful Ascended realm with also a magical creature right in front of us. This would be the perfect time to showcase something which allows you... Oh man, he already gave it away. Such a spoiler. Anyways, let's take out our axe and make short work of this forest. I'm gonna pick up all the little twigs and plants right here and get back in position for our friend Carnut. What's gonna happen right now is that he will use his Cry of Nature and bam, all the trees instantly regrow. This allows us to farm insane amounts of wood in a small place, while it's also important you don't break the stumps, as if you do this, the trees can never regrow again. Nice, our forest is back again. But where did the Carnut go? Well, I've got another nice trick for you guys how you can track down legendary creatures, let's say. Let's take out our hunting knife, and if we now press and hold, we can do both track legend and offering. If I do track legend, then cast the enchantment, what's gonna happen is that we will see something drawn on the floor. A golden marker, let's say, that will lead us straight to it. The Carnoot is one of the legendary creatures you can come across, while sometimes you can find multiple ones in one single realm. Look at that. We've got a legendary creature right in front of us, which is also marked as a crown on the map. This is one way how you can track him down, but there is another one. If they are not too far away from you, what you can do is use your scope and right-click. So right there we have Bloodhorn, Scion of the Goddess, which is a legendary deer, a fabled one with much better loot as reward if we take it down. All the resources from these creatures are going to be much more valuable. Sometimes you can actually find multiple of these crowns on the world, especially on Hunt Realms. You can farm them forever, but I've got another tracking right here. Track offering. With this one, we can search for magical trees, for example, legendary ones which are hidden in the forest. To unlock these enchantments and start tracking, what you want to do is go to the tier 2 tab in Magic, scroll to the right, and after you've picked up Illumination, this is where you will find the track offering, specifically for those hold Jotuns. But on tier 3 to the right, well, this is where you can find track Legend to track down both fabled and apex creatures. For our next adventure, I want to show you guys the importance of cards crafted at the Enchanter's Focus. If we scroll down right here, we can craft a whole lot of minor realm cards, which can boost the effects of the world you're in. For example, with a cleansing card, we can get rid of all the negative effects in said biome, while with a duelist card, for example, you can increase the damage you deal as well as the damage you receive. One of my absolute favorites when it comes down to hunting legendary creatures is this one, the Hunter Eminent card, which increases the yield gathered from slain creatures, while you will also deal more damage to those weak points and decrease the damage you deal elsewhere. So let's go and check out an Ascended Hunt Swamp Realm, which is a more challenging biome filled with dangers, and this is where you can also find a legendary monster. Instantly getting sniped from afar, but look at that. We even have a Blood Moon card played right now, which means we are in a pretty dangerous realm. A portable realmic transmuter is something you want to have with you at all times, ladies and gentlemen. This one makes your life so much easier. So let's play a cleansing card and look at the sky. Wow, that is much better. Next thing though, what we're gonna do, very quick guys, if you're in a world with an apex creature like the Sun Giants, what you can do is take out your spyglass and you just want to search for the name Jana or Humbaba to pop up in this case. There we go. Pretty big scary guy, but he's not going to be that scary anymore in just a little bit. If we use our precious Realmic Transmuter, which I'm going to just spawn right here, interact with it, place it down, and the next thing we're gonna do is play that Hunter Eminent card. The only downside about this card is that, well, you will simply no longer deal damage to non-weak spot points, but trust me when I tell you that this big fella right here is gonna fall like a mosquito. Whew. Oh, look at that! 2 shot, ladies and gentlemen. Umbaba, it's game over for you. And now comes the best part. After taking out this creature with ease, only once we get this massive pile of resources because of the increment yield. Now we have a whopping 60 meats, 40 hides, and 40 bones. GG. Well, if you're done with that, we can always play something different, like the Thinned Veil card. Also one of my favorites to make travel so much easier. Now we will feel light as a feather, we can glide great distances as gravity is practically non-existent. In the progressions tab, starting at tier 1 already, you want to unlock the climbing picks as quick as possible. The higher the tier, the better these will become as well. We're here for the big prize, which can be found right there. The point of interest right next to it makes it even better. I mean, if you want to quickly solve puzzles, ladies and gentlemen, the Bastilles of Agility, for example, what you want to do is simply take out your climbing picks and you can reach them in just a matter of seconds time. Anyways, just a couple meters away from us, we have this POI reward, check it out, some tier 4 essence. But back to the precious resource. If we break this one, check it out, we get our hands on some noble Bismaltus. This one comes with melee damage, maximum stamina and fire resist, even bonus durability, so probably one of the best you can pick up. But after you've taken all the resources from the bottom, you want to attempt and climb all the way to the top, as this is where you can find much more of this precious resource. Even better, if you play a specific realm card, you can get even more of this precious resource. So the farming of it in general is going to be much more efficient. You don't have to climb or scale as many of these chunks. You can just break one, and then you're going to have enough to craft your precious gear. And yes, guys, please have your umbrellas at the ready for when you do happen to fall or fail to grapple. This is a very small yet big tip, guys. Break the fate chest you come across during your adventures, as these are actually made of precious wood. This can be used to also craft all sorts of gear, and especially early game, the higher tier wood from it, gilded lumber, will give you much better stats. So always a nice stat bump, let's say. Now, for the final challenge, I thought we should check out the Sand Giants, a legendary foe which can be found in, well, the Gauntlet Desert. Again, guys, an OP method to find pretty much anything in the game in no time would be your Spyglass, which you can unlock pretty early. I think with tier 2 already, if we scroll to the sides, well, this is where you can pick it up. On tier 3, you can craft even better ones, but I honestly think they all do the exact same thing. That, my friends, is the Sand Giant. And I kid you not, this is not like 100 meters away. Apex creatures can be spotted like 500-600 meters away. I think even at the very end. So we're just going to place a hat right there. I think that pretty much corresponds to how far he is right now. Uh-oh, umbrella. There we go. But the Sun Giant is not why we flew all the way to this point. Instead, I just wanted to check out this boring group of Hexamongrels, or desert doggos, to show you guys a way how you can practically insta-kill any creature. Specifically, the beasts, I think, are really nice to take out with it. Even elephants, but what you should do, instead of focusing on the head, you should aim for their hearts, because this is the absolute weak spot of creatures. Sometimes a little bit difficult to find, but I think on the Hexam it's gonna be right there. Bam! 75,000, as you can see. A regular headshot though, that's gonna be more like 13,000 damage. So not that much. Let me go for another one. That's 11 without a full charge. While in my opinion, the best type of weapon for this would be a bolt action rifle. This one has pretty poor stats. I mean, only 264 range damage, while if we look at my longbow, that's 1,600. Still though, we should be able to insta-kill some creatures with it. So this elephant, I think, is gonna be just perfect. If you play cards, guys, remember, you can further increase the damage you deal, but right now we're just gonna take aim and hopefully, yeah, one-shot the elephant. Level 60. While we're using a, I think, tier 2 weapon for this, an endgame creature one-shot with that heart. Well, if you go for the head, that's still gonna be a nice amount of damage, but still way less compared to the heart shots. Sorry guys, that's game over. This guy though tried to 007 me. Anyways, yeah, that is how you do hunting in Nightingale. So, there you have it. 15, I think, pretty big tips and tricks you want to know about to make your life so much easier in Nightingale's new update, the Realms Rebuilt. If you found this video helpful, it would be amazing if you can spare 1 second of your time, hit that like button, and also share your thoughts about these in the comments down below. Questions or video suggestions are very welcome right there as well. Again, a big thanks to Inflection Games for making today's video possible. Right now though, it's 4 AM out. I want to wish you an amazing day. I'll check you in the next video or live stream. Peace.